गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने त्रिजगवन्द्य शिवजातने त्रिजगवन्द्य शिवजातने गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने सिद्धिविनायक बुद्धिप्रदायक सिद्धिविनायक बुद्धिप्रदायक सिद्धपुराणने पूज्यने सिद्धपुराणने पूज्यने गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने शेषोधरवर पाशाङ्कुशकर शेषोधरवर पाशाङ्कुशकर नाशरहितरवितेजने नाशरहितरवितेजने गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने त्रिजगवन्द्य शिवजातने त्रिजगवन्द्य शिवजातने गजमुखने जयतु गजमुखने जयतु गजमुखने जयतु गणनाथने
Thank you. Yeah, now we'll go for registration. Come, Abhay, first go for registration.
So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. First of all, we are sorry for the delay in inauguration. We warmly welcome Professor Rahul Jain sir, International Faculty of our GIAN course, Professor S. Srinivas Rao sir, In charge Director and Dean IR and AA and Local Coordinator of GIAN Programs, Professor R. Padmavati Madam, Head Department of CSE, friends, colleagues, staff and participants of the GIAN course to the inaugural ceremony. I now request Professor Rahul Jain sir to kindly come on to the dais and occupy his seat. Okay. I request Ms. Manasa Rani to hand over a sapling to Professor Rahul Jain sir. Okay. Now I request. Okay. Revati. Thank you. Now I request Revati to hand over a sapling to Professor Srinivas Rao sir. Thank you. Now I request Vanita to hand over a sapling to Professor Padmavati Madam. Thank you. I now request the guests on the dais to formally inaugurate the GIAN course by lighting the lamp.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः असतो मा सद्गमय
So thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Venugopal. I request you to request Venugopal to sing invocation song. Thank you.
देवी सरस्वती वीणा पाणी देवी सरस्वती वीणा पाणी संगीत साम्राज्ञी ब्रह्मनराणि संगीत साम्राज्ञी ब्रह्मनराणि देवी सरस्वती वीणा पाणी शारदा माते विद्याधिदेवते शारदा माते विद्याधिदेवते त्रिलोकवन्दिते हे गुणाख्याते त्रिलोकवन्दिते हे गुणाख्याते देवी सरस्वती वीणा पाणी रागताळ स्वर नीडे वाणी रागताळ स्वर नीडे वाणी शरणिंबे वरदे पुरे कल्याणी शरणिंबे वरदे पुरे कल्याणी देवी सरस्वती वीणा पाणी संगीत साम्राज्ञी ब्रह्मनराणि देवी सरस्वती देवी सरस्वती देवी सरस्वती वीणा पाणी
Thank you very much, Mr. Venugopal. Okay, thank you. Now I request all of you to stand for Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sukhalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasya Shyamalam. शोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्
Thank you. So now I am going to present overview of the course. First, I would like to thank all the participants for their interest in learning about the future of computing, that is quantum computing. We received more than 50 applications for this course from various states and union territories of India, from faculty, students, and industry professionals. In fact, we received applications from more than 13 states and different IITs, NITs, universities, and reputed engineering colleges. Quantum computing is gaining worldwide popularity, with several countries offering flagship grants and leading private companies striving to develop quantum computers. India has also launched the National Quantum Mission, aiming to develop intermediate scale quantum computers with 52,000 physical qubits by 2030. We hope this course motivates and encourages young participants to choose quantum computing as their research area or career path and contribute towards achieving our nation's quantum mission. Thank you. Now, I would like to thank Professor R. Padmavati Madam for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion. Now I request Madam to say a few words about Department of CSE.
Respected Director, Professor Vidyadhar Subudhi, Dean IRA and In-charge Director, Professor Srinivasa Rao Garu, and International Faculty, Professor Rahul Jain, National University of Singapore, Coordinators, Professor Venkata Subba Reddy and Professor USN Raju, other guest participants, students, I welcome you all for this GIAN program, 10 days on quantum computing and applications. First of all, I congratulate the coordinators for this highly demanded specialized course, which is much needed now in this era, because we are slowly moving from classical computer to quantum machines. I feel the speaker will satisfy all the requirements of the participants. I could see many new faces here, participants from all over India. I have seen the list of participants from the coordinators. We are very happy to attract this good participants from all over India to this workshop. Coming to the department is offering UG, PG and PhD programs in computer science and engineering. Recently we started BTech in artificial intelligence and DS, data science. And we have a specialization in GemTech, one in computer science and engineering, and another one is information security. And of course, we have dedicated faculty, 31 in number, and working in different domains, including quantum computing. And we are likely to enhance our infrastructure as well as the laboratory courses and theory, strengthening the quantum computing. And this workshop, not only for CSE department, NIT Warangal, it will help other also to travel further in next technology. And coming to the research and sponsor project, we are almost the department is sponsored to 5 crores of project we are running, and we are offering many faculty development programs, and even our students are good in getting good placement. I feel this workshop will add another feather to the department. With this, I will conclude my speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. So now I would like to thank Professor Srinivas Rao sir, okay, no, in charge director, local coordinator, GAN programs, and Dean IR and AA for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion. Now I request sir to say few words.
Good morning to all. So sorry for delay, almost 30 minutes due to some other program inauguration. So respected Professor Rahul Jain, Professor, Department of Computer Science, National University of Singapore, and Professor Padmavati, Head Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and coordinators of this 10-day course on quantum computing and applications, Subba Reddy and USN Razu, and all other faculty members of NIT Warangal, and participants who have shown lot of interest to attend this 10-day program on this quantum computing and applications physically. The coordinator as well as the head of the department already told this quantum computing is very much essential nowadays, and it is needed for all the engineers to solve their problems. So the various methods, technologies, latest advancements related to this quantum computing will be definitely dealt in the 10 days, and all of you will be getting very much knowledge by attending this 10-day program from main foreign resource person Rahul Jain. So I thank him for showing interest to physically coming all over the Singapore to stay at NIT Warangal for 10 days. It is a great opportunity for all the participants for directly interacting with him and sharing the knowledge, not only during the classwork, even after the class hour duration also you can interact with him. So I thank him for showing interest to involve in this this GIAN course. So we all know that we have to identify the theme for the 10-day or 5-day course, and we have to identify foreign faculty, and they should show interest, and then finally program has to be freezed, and it should be applied to Government of India after scrutiny, and then it will be sanctioned. Two or three stages of scrutiny will be there. Finally it will be materialized and the amount is sanctioned. Now it has come to the final stage of this whole process of past 3-4 months. Now this is very much important point in this whole process. So because live interaction will happen from foreign faculty, and you will be getting more and more knowledge by interacting with him and listening to him. So myself, I am S. Srinivas Rao, Professor in Department of Electrical Engineering, and now acting as a Dean International Relations and Alumni Affairs. This office will look after alumni relations as well as international affairs. So we have around 28 alumni chapters are there across the world. Out of the 22 are in India, and 7 chapters are abroad. We have around 42,000 plus alumni are well connected through our Alma Shine software, and we use it to communicate various the information and the advancements and the developments in the institute, and they are also actively involving for the development of the institution. We along with the Government of India funds and alumni cooperation and coordination, we are able to do some of the activities in the campus. Now under our dynamic leadership of Professor Vidyadhar Budi, Director, that we are working towards the international collaboration, and we are in the recent past we have lot of international collaboration through GIAN and Spark programs and DAD and heritage programs. In this GIAN 1, 2, 3 we have successfully completed. This is GIAN phase program is running, and this program we got 21 projects, 21 courses. Some are 5-day courses, some are 10-day courses. So already 6 courses were successfully completed in the recent past, and this is another course related to computer science and engineering. Now along with the Government of India sponsored GIAN and Spark program, we are also having collaboration with international agencies for UK India Education and Research Initiative, Heritage, BRICS, DAD and MITAX programs. So about this GIAN program, in brief about this GIAN program, this scheme was initiated in 2015 by Government of India, Ministry of Education, aimed at tapping the talent pool of scientists and entrepreneurs internationally to encourage their engagement with the institutions of higher learning in India, so as to augment the country's existing academic resources, accelerate the pace of quality reform and elevate India's scientific and technological capacity to global excellence. The main objectives of this GIAN course is to increase the footfalls of reputed international faculty in the Indian academic institutes, provide opportunity to our faculty to learn and share knowledge and teaching skills in cutting edge areas and technologies, to provide opportunity to our students to seek knowledge and expertise from reputed international faculty, to create avenue for possible collaborative research with international faculty, to increase the participation and presence of international students in the academic institutes, opportunity for the students of different universities and institutions to interact and learn subjects in the recent areas through collaborative learning process, provide opportunity for the technical persons from Indian industry to improve understandings and update their knowledge in relevant areas, motivate the best international experts in the world to work on problems related to India, develop high quality course material in recent technological areas, both through video and print media that can be used by a large body of students and teachers, to document and develop new pedagogic methods in emerging topics of national and international interests. So NIT Warangal has successfully completed GIAN phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. In 2015, we got 27 courses sanctioned for a budget of 1.87 crores. In 2018, we got 41 courses with a sanctioned budget of 2.48 crores. In 2019, 21 courses were approved under GIAN phase 3 and with a sanctioned amount of 1.41 crores. In 2024-25, this is a GIAN phase 4 program. We got 21 courses with a budget of 1.41 crores, and till 5 courses are under review. They may be expected to be sanctioned. In all 4 phases, total courses sanctioned to each department is Civil Engineering Department 27, Mechanical Department 16, Chemical Department 14, Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department 13, ECE Department 12, Mathematics 7, Computer Science Department 7, Chemistry 3, MME Metallurgy and Materials Engineering 2, and Physics 2 courses were sanctioned for all these 4 phases. So total around 48 foreign faculty are collaborated with NIT Warangal under this GIAN course from different countries such as UK, USA, Australia, Belgium, Canada, Singapore, Germany, Italy, Japan, Malaysia, Europe, Norway, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Slovakia, Sweden, Taiwan, Greece, Denmark, France, England, Scotland, Finland, Trinidad and Middle East. In the recent past, many faculty from the various international universities are visited. Some of them are Professor Rahul Rai, Department of Automotive Engineering, Clemson University, USA, Professor Alfred Kalyanapu, University of Tennessee, USA, Professor Tanya Datta, University of Tennessee, USA, Professor John Shivaj, University of Tennessee, USA, Professor Vijay Raghavan, McGill University, Canada, Professor Maxim Shevtos, Institute of Cytology and Russian Academy of Sciences, Russia, Professor Shrikant Joshi, University of West Sweden, Professor Chennapat Paniswas, Queen Mary University, London, Professor Indrajit Chaube, University of Connecticut, USA, Professor Tarun Ratnaraj, University of Edinburgh, UK. These people very recently, within this past 50 days, they have visited our country and they shared their knowledge in their domain area, and all the faculty and research scholars of NIT Warangal and participants has acquired lot of knowledge through their interaction and all. I hope all of you will be getting lot of subject knowledge by listening to him, by interacting with him, and so that all will getting enriched with this quantum technology, the quantum computing and its applications. And I request all the participants to visit our NIT website. So many courses we are conducting under Spark and GIAN program related to various departments. You can visit and inform to your friends or colleagues so that they will also apply, and they are interested topics they will apply and attend, and they will also get interaction with our international faculty who are invited by NIT Warangal under these GIAN and Spark programs. Wish you all the best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving detailed overview of all GAN 4 phases and about NIT Warangal also. Thank you. Now, I would like to express our gratitude to Professor Rahul Jain, sir, for giving his consent to deliver this course at NIT Warangal, making it a reality. Now I request Dr. U.S.N. Raju, another coordinator of this workshop, to introduce our international faculty, Professor Rahul Jain, sir.
So good morning to all of you. So Professor Rahul Jain obtained his PhD in computer science from Tata Institute for Fundamental Research, TAFR, Mumbai, India in 2003. He was a research fellow at the University of California, Berkeley, USA during 2004 to 2006, followed by a fellowship at Institute of Quantum Computing, University of Waterloo, Canada during 2006 to 2008. Since 2008, he has been a principal investigator at the Center for Quantum Technologies and a professor in Computer Science Department at National University of Singapore, NUS. So his research interests include quantum and classical information theory, cryptography, and complexity theory. So Professor Jain has received several awards, including the Young Research Award, NUS in 2012, the Best Paper Award at 42nd ACM Symposium on Theory of Computation in 2010, the IBM Distinguished Dissertation Award in 2005, and the TAA Sasken Best Thesis Award in 2005. So now I request Professor Rahul Jain, sir, to kindly say a few words about quantum computing. Thank you.
Yes, Professor Srinivasa Rao, Professor Padmavati, Professor Raju, Professor Subbareddy, and all the other faculty of NIT, students, and all participants of this workshop. Welcome. Yeah. So, it's great to see good amount of interest in this course on quantum computing so I don't know what is the mix of from where all you guys are coming, but from what I hear that there are participants from NIT Warangal, but there are a lot of participants from elsewhere in India as well. So that is fantastic. And of course we see in the last several years, particularly last 5 to 10 years, this field of quantum computing gaining grounds, and with lately some of these announcements of by Google and IBM and people in the Harvard University announcing developments on hardware, right? In particular, the very recent announcement by Google on this Willow chip. I don't know whether you guys heard about it. So that's pretty exciting. So with respect to the course that we are going to have coming up for the next 10 days, we are going to focus. We'll sort of start slow, and we'll look into various quantum algorithms. Okay, one slowly building. Hopefully, we are able to hopefully reach all the way up to Grover's algorithm and Shor's algorithm, right? Uh, and yeah, I mean, we'll try to keep everything as self-contained as possible, okay? But do feel free to ask questions anytime, yeah, because our purpose is to, maybe go slow, but like understand everything that we are dealing with, okay? So, uh, yeah, so that is it, I guess, from my side, and I will then, yeah. I mean, you guys may have some questions and answers, but maybe we can do that in the session afterwards. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving overview of the course. Now it's time for vote of thanks. First, we would like to thank Professor Rahul Jain sir for accepting our proposal and making this course possible. We extend our gratitude to the director of NIT Warangal, Professor Vidyadhar Subudhi sir, the Dean IR and EAA, and local coordinator of GAN programs, Professor Srinivas Rao sir, Head Department of CSC, Professor R. Padmavati madam, for permitting us to conduct this course. We also would like to thank the National Coordinator of GAN programs and their office providing us this opportunity and addressing our queries. Additionally, we are grateful to Dean R&D, the Chief Warden, and the professor in charge of seminar halls for their support. We extend our thanks to Mr. Ranjit, Mr. Bhaskar, Mr. Vijay, Mr. Prasad, and the entire SRIC office and the guest house teams for their contributions. Lastly, we deeply appreciate the efforts of our research scholars, Mr. Alfred Raju, Mr. Rajsekhar, and the enthusiastic participation of attendees, without whom this physical GAN course wouldn't have been possible. Thank you all. Now I request all of you to stand for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
very slow, and you know, so that, you know, even if we don't cover a lot of things, it's fine. But whatever we cover, you know, we try to get as best an understanding of it as possible. Okay, especially in the initial few lectures, we'll like to go like really slow. Okay, so please feel free to just stop at any point of time and ask any questions. Okay, just any question you have in mind, just stop. Okay, now this course is going to be a bit mathematical. Okay, because the thing is, we're trying to our hope is that we are able to understand Shor's algorithm and Grover's algorithm, right? So in order to build towards that, we will need to, you know, set up the required mathematics. Okay, we cannot avoid it. We just cannot avoid it. Okay, and I hope that most of us are familiar with some amount of linear algebra. Okay, because that is what we are going to use a lot, like vector spaces. Okay, so maybe we can start with, like, you know, maybe like just a brief introduction, you know, of each of us, and just you can mention, like, you know, your name and from where you are, and you know, what brings your interest in quantum computing, and whether you have done any courses, like, you know, theoretical computer science courses or math courses, in particular, say linear algebra, probability, or algorithms, and so on, right? Yeah, so that'll be great to know. Maybe we can start from there. Yes. Okay. Your institute, what's your institute? Oh, Vijayawada. Oh, you're from here. Oh, you're a faculty teacher.
No, sir, this is for the under US and campus.
Oh, sorry. Okay, understand. Okay, yes.
I work in Vijayawada.
You work?
At the engineering college.
You work. Okay, now yes. Okay.
No, I haven't done any courses on the topics you have mentioned.
Oh, linear algebra? No.
No courses I haven't, but I have some idea.
You have some idea. Okay. All right. Great.
My name is Shanti. So I'm here. I came from GIAN. Here I'm doing the full-time PhD and under the guidance of partners.
Okay.
So actually I'm new to this quantum computing. I'm interested to know the quantum computing applications in my research area. That is my intention.
I see. So what is the research area?
Image processing.
Image processing. I see. But maybe even image processing, do you need some mathematics? Or?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So are you familiar with any of these things, the image of in particular?
Yes, I have some idea and
Okay.
probability.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Yes.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shriyansh and I'm from VITB College. I'm pursuing computer science engineering. I'm currently in second year, and I have done a course of cryptography, which deals with basics and traditional cryptographic techniques. But specifically mathematics, I am aware of calculus and very basic parts of linear algebra.
Okay.
Like, you know, just matrix stuff. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm genuinely interested in quantum computing from the cryptography and computer science point of view.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Priyan Kota. I am from NIT Warangal only. I am pursuing integrated physics. In this semester, we are having linear algebra. So I have done a course on, I think, quantum information by John Workers.
Okay. Oh, very good.
And I am currently doing this quantum algorithm stuff.
Okay. So you did that online? Or? Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Yes?
Hi everyone, my name is Ritik. I'm a final undergrad student in information technology at MBJ College of Engineering in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
Regarding quantum computing, I did have some previous exposure to deductive quantum computing. I did a course on introduction to quantum computing by qubit by qubit.
Okay.
It's an online course, that's a year-long one.
Okay.
And then I did apply to an internship, and I'm currently learning at CDAC on quantum cryptography.
Okay. Okay, very good. Very good. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Vijay Products Company, fourth year B.Tech. Actually, this is my first class for quantum computing.
Okay.
I haven't done any course in this quantum computing.
Yeah, not quantum computing, but maybe some math courses like.
I have a little bit knowledge about it.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to say something.
I am Professor Man, Department of Electronics and Communications, So we are trying to flow this course, quantum computing and communication.
Yes.
So I'm specialized in communication, wireless communications. We are trying to explore the connected experiment in quantum communication.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Professor from Department of Technology from SR University. I know that mathematics is having this quantum computer like drag notation.
Okay.
Algebra.
Okay, very good.
This blocked spark sphere. Blocks sphere.
Yes, yes, yes.
Those things a little bit I know.
Okay.
I want a simulation first of all. That we use this kind of all that model. I want.
Okay.
Faculty in the Department of Electrical Engineering and Energy Management. I know anything about this, I just want to acquaint myself with the quantum computing.
Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello everyone, this is Dharnavarshit and I'm a CSA student from Geetham, Vizag. And I have completed all the prerequisite courses of quantum computing, which is quantum mechanics, physics, and linear algebra, and quantum computing as well. I've been working on quantum computing since past 2 years, and my areas of research are on HHL algorithm and QAA algorithm. And I've also been a scholar in recent IBM Biscuit Summer School. And yeah, now I'm working on QAA.
I see. So you've done like already like course on quantum computing.
Yes.
But that's online.
No, it's at the university.
Oh, at the university.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So which university you said again?
Geetham.
Okay, so they have a course there on.
We have an open lecture.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
Yes.
All right, great. Yes.
I am Nitin Chatterjee. I am from Department of Electronics Engineering in Surat. And I went through an NPTEL course on quantum computing. So I have some I want to get into research. Research.
I see. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Yes.
Good morning everyone. I'm Pushpanjali. I'm from NITP Suratpur. I did NPTEL course on quantum computing, that is using IBM and Biscuit. I don't have much knowledge on linear algebra and other mathematical stuff, but I have gone through some NPTEL course related to quantum computing. I know this DAC notation, blocks.
Okay.
Some basic things.
Okay.
Okay,
very good. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alkiyajit from Amrita University, Coimbatore. I'm a MSc student in physics, and I've had a pretty in-depth course in quantum mechanics, and I've done some reading in photonic qubits and quantum cryptography.
I see. You had a course on quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So then you're probably familiar with that one. Okay, great. Yes.
Gayatri from Amrita University, Coimbatore. I had a couple of courses in quantum mechanics and basics in linear algebra. I'm currently working on quantum qubits specifically, so I thought it would be a very nice workshop to attend, gain more information.
I see. So you're from CS or you're from physics?
Physics.
Physics. Okay, great.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Vanita Karwa from Department of Mathematics and Computer Science, and I am pursuing PhD from Switzerland Institute of Learning. So I did coursework on quantum teleportation, quantum classification, and basic of quantum mechanics. My research topic is analysis of quantum work on graphs and diagrams, where I using a theoretical model with an application in quantum crystal algorithms. So I'm designing a quantum channel and something, so I have basics of it.
I see. So you already did a course?
Yes,
Okay, fantastic. All right, great. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Yes.
So my name is Srinu Lal, and I'm from Amrita University, Coimbatore.
faculty there. My research interests are in information retrieval and natural language processing. However, this topic of quantum computing intrigues me a lot. So I tried to attend some, get some books and try to understand some stuff from it. But I lack some background. I mean, it's been a long time when I have learned linear algebra and there has been a long gap. So I'm not very conversant with it. And so it was a bit tough from the books. Then I tried to attend a workshop on this topic in NIT Raipur.
Okay.
And it was in online mode. But there were every session was taken by a different speaker.
Okay.
So there was no coherence, and sometimes the prerequisites of a session were covered after that session.
Oh.
So it was not very, I couldn't digest all the material properly. Like the algorithms which you mentioned, they covered everything, but I don't think I understood everything and its concepts. So again, I made an attempt to come here because I thought there's only one speaker and it will be coherent and I will understand the concepts. It's just that I have a lot of interest to know what it is, and if I understand this to a certain level, I am planning to start this course in my department when I go back to my institute.
Oh, okay, that's very nice. That's very nice. Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Surekha, Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering in Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Andhra Pradesh.
Oh, okay.
Everyone here are having some idea about the quantum computing, but I'm new to this one. This is my first course I'm attending, just to learn the concept so that we are going to include this quantum computing as an elective subject in the coming regulations. So to learn this one, I came to us.
Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Renisha, from a research scholar from NIT Karnataka, and I have just started my research work in post-quantum cryptography, and I've just started learning all the things, and I have just little bit basics about universe.
I see. I see. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is V. Manoja Ravi. I am from CSA department, research scholar in NIT Warangal, under the guidance of Paul sir. My research area is quantum image processing. Just I know the basics and little bit information about quantum. I need to know more and more about quantum for my research purpose.
But your research is in
Quantum image processing.
quantum image processing. Oh, fantastic. All right.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shafali Ravi Raut, and I am a research scholar in CSA department in NIT Warangal. Though my research area is in edge computing, edge and cloud computing, but I had discovered some literature where hybrid quantum classical algorithms are used to solve some optimization problems. So I am currently discovering that part, like classical quantum hybrid algorithms. So for prerequisites, I have done some mathematics for machine learning previously from deeplearning.ai, and also I took advanced mathematical methods in coursework. So I have some knowledge about the prerequisite for this, linear algebra, probability, statistics, all those things. And also currently I am also exploring the Qiskit online materials are there, right? I am exploring those also. So I have some basic knowledge on it.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Myself Annapurna. I'm a full-time research scholar at UTB University, and I'm recently joined as a research scholar. So I'm still undergoing the coursework. So I would like to explore the quantum computing, and I completed one of the NPTEL course recently. So I just know a few details about linear algebra and unitary transformations. That's
Oh, okay. Okay, that's very good. Very good. Yes.
So good afternoon, everyone. This is Nagaraju from VIT University Amravati. So physically I don't have any proof that any certificate. I have researched so many NPTEL course, but I am not able to attend the exams. I have plenty of knowledge regarding mathematical linear algebra, and especially related to quantum computing, direct notations, bra vector and pet vector, and especially I have working experience with Qiskit. and I am implement design and implementation, simulation, fault testing of any quantum circuit on IBM also. I have 1.5 year experience as a full-time research scholar. So past 6 months back, I completed my coursework. Present, I am writing 2 papers.
Okay, thank you.
So myself is K. Balakrishna. I am a research scholar with GIAN University. So I don't know any linear algebra mathematics, but I know I am doing only the IBM optimization and gain calculation only I am doing now. So why I am recommending that you have gain more knowledge in this workshop. That's why I am doing it.
I am Venugopal from Department of Mathematics, College of Engineering, Bangalore. I have been working on graph theory in my research area, and recently a lot of graph theory problems are being solved using quantum algorithms. So I was interested in learning that. I recently did NPTEL course on Introduction to Quantum Computing using QCAA, and yeah, so want to learn more so that I can implement quantum algorithms.
Good afternoon, one and all. My name is Pawan, and I am final year undergraduate student in BIDA. This is my first course on quantum computing. I don't have much knowledge on quantum computing, but I do have knowledge on linear algebra. I have done a course on linear algebra in RU.
Okay. All right.
This is Karthik. I work in an IT company in the Center of Excellence. Currently, I am working on AI and GenAI kind of a work. So I have knowledge on linear algebra and mathematics. I have done a PGDA. I have a degree in AI.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. We have to. Yes.
Myself, Guru. I'm studying masters in NIT Warangal in Power Systems Engineering. And the reason I'm here is like I'm interested in learning quantum computing, so that I can take it as a career option. And partially I'm forced by my guide to be here.
Partially what? You're forced by
my guide.
Your advisor. Ah, okay. All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bhargav Muday. I am from Tezpur University in Assam. I am a research scholar in Department of CSE. My research interest is in quantum communications, and I am here to do a proper. I want to do this properly, so I have come here for the quantum computing part.
Good afternoon. I am Ahmed Shahbaz, sir, Assistant Professor in CVR College of Engineering, Hyderabad. I am a PhD scholar under US and Raju, sir. Of course, I am a learning enthusiast in quantum computing, as it is a new technology in the field of computer science. I want to select some research area in this, so I want to learn from scratch. A little bit I do have some knowledge about linear algebra, but about computing, quantum computing, nil. No knowledge. I want to just grab one research area under that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Deepak Chand. I am pursuing my degree in Miss Avian College, Visakhapatnam. I came here because my friend suggested me to come here so that I can know about something new. These are my friends, sir. That's it.
All right, great.
Good afternoon. I am Veda from MBGR College of Engineering, 3rd year. I have just attended this course so that I can learn something new. I don't have any idea about it, but I have basic idea about linear mathematics and everything. It was suggested by one of our faculty, so all of us have attended this seminar.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ruth, pursuing BTech 3rd year from MBGR College, Visakhapatnam. So I don't have any knowledge about this quantum computing. Faculty, as she said, our faculty suggested this, and we have come here to just learn new things.
And good afternoon, I'm Divya from MBGR College. I have
done a course on web technologies, and this is my second course.
Alright, thank you.
Good afternoon, this is Harish from GIAN College of Engineering, pursuing third year. So I have a little bit knowledge about linear algebra, all these things, but this quantum computing and applications, this is my first session I have attended, so it will use for further applications here. So this is my first session.
My name is Sumit Mishra. I am a faculty member in the Department of Computer Science at Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Petroleum Technology. So my motivation to join this course is I want to learn this from very scratch. So I thought it would be better to learn the physical mode in spite of going online, because that requires a lot of dedication. You attend one class, then you miss, and you sleep. So it's better you will attend.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Akash Yadav, faculty of Computer Science Department, Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Petroleum Technology. And my research area is computer networks and algorithms. And we are also planning to start this course in our department as an elective course.
Okay.
For that, I am here so that I get a fundamental understanding about that course and what we can learn in future.
Okay, great.
Hi sir, myself Sai Sandeep from GIAN College, Andhra Pradesh, third year. So I'm new to attend a webinar or a workshop on any course, but my faculty suggest me to learn any course and do project on that course. So I choose this course to implement a project on this.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vaibhav, and as they all said, I am also from GIAN College of Engineering from Visakhapatnam. We had to select a topic for our mini project, and most of us have selected like normal web technologies and all, but our faculty said that we have to learn any new technologies. And I found that this is one of the course which is a bit new and which is going a bit pricing actually. So I've decided to register for this.
Okay, thank you.
Myself, I'm CH Varshini from GIAN College, and I'm currently pursuing my third year of BTech from CSC department. And I'm also to do my mini project topic. So I was here to learn this course and complete my project.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, I am P. Umesh, studying third year, IT department, GIAN College of Engineering, Andhra Pradesh. And I'm here to learn something about quantum computing, which will help me to future also. So,
thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sheikh. I am a research scholar in SR University. So recently I have seen a paper, load flow analysis by quantum computing. So that I am interested to do research in quantum computing. So I think this workshop will be helpful to my research.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, respected professors and madam, and all of the participants. I am Srinivas from faculty from the Aditya University, Andhra Pradesh, and I am currently pursuing my PhD under the Professor S.N. Raju sir. I did some courses on quantum computing on Coursera, an online platform, and I would like to learn algorithms, what are the concepts behind in the quantum computing. So for this reason, I attended this course. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Rajshekar. I am pursuing PhD here in NIT Warangal in CSC department. My research domain is computational neuroscience. I am here because I want to explore how quantum computing is applicable in computational neuroscience.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Dr. Subhasis Banerjee, Assistant Professor of NIT Arunachal Pradesh. My research field includes network security. Here I am to explore something in quantum cryptography, especially in quantum key distributions. So let's see how this quantum computing can help us to explain this.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, so great. I mean, so I see that there are many participants who are actually coming from outside, right? In fact, so fantastic. I mean, maybe we can have a quick show of hands. So who are from here, like Warangal or nearby areas, and who? Okay. All right. So here is like 7 people, and everybody else from outside. Yeah. So those who are coming like maybe from far. Ah, great. Fantastic. So a lot more people coming from far. So that's great. I mean, so you guys are just coming here and then you're like, yeah, able to find accommodation maybe in campus or on campus. Okay, great. Fantastic. Okay, all right. So let us start. So one thing we can do, maybe shall we switch off these 2 lights or? Yeah, better. Is this visible? Okay. So, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the formalism first, right? Like what are qubits, what are unitary transformations, what are quantum circuits, what is called a measurement, what is a multi-qubit system, right? Things like that. And then we will, get into these basic algorithms, okay? Basic algorithms, like the Deutsch algorithm, the Deutsch-Josa algorithm, Simon's algorithm, and so on, okay? Slowly we will get there. And then we will try to approach Shor's algorithm. But for that we'll need, some kind of understanding of what are these, arithmetic and number theoretic problems, right? Because Shor's algorithm is about factoring, right? And then we will get into this important procedure called phase estimation, okay? Because using phase estimation, we will then see how Shor's algorithm works, okay? So phase estimation is going to be an important quantum algorithmic primitive, okay, which we will use for Shor's algorithm, okay? Then we will see Shor's algorithm, its connection to the order finding problem, and then we will move to Grover's search algorithm, right? And then if as time permits, we'll also start to look into some applications, maybe in cryptography, communication, and so on, okay? That is what is our plan, okay? So, as I mentioned, right, we want to cover Shor's algorithm and Grover's algorithm in the course, okay? So, to do that, we'll slowly try to see the mathematics that is needed for it, okay? So as I mentioned, if we really want to understand Shor's algorithm and Grover's algorithm, we have to deal with some amount of mathematics, okay? This is unavoidable, okay? And so we will, but we'll try to keep everything as self-contained as possible and slowly move there, okay? All right, so this is our broad outline. The other thing is that the main thing that we will be using so somebody mentioned that they've already done a course with John Watrous, right? So that's fantastic, because what we are also going to do is our basic textbook, so to say, would be these John Watrous lecture notes, okay? They're available on his website or Google. But okay, how do we share the material with the participants? Like if we want to share the lecture notes or these things, is there like a common thing that you can send? Google Drive, right? So this we'll put in that there, okay? And also the lecture notes also, we're going to put the lecture notes. But this is going to be our basic material, right? So we'll try to cover things in the lecture notes, but you know, lecture notes are not everything, right? So if you want to like still understand a few things here and there which are not so clear from the lecture notes, you can always go back and look at this. John, what process? So our intention is to cover till like sort of till the first 13 chapters of this. Okay, that will be our intention. Okay, so now let us begin. Is it too small or? Okay, you can see it? It's small, huh? Small. It is small actually, right? This one here. Better maybe. Yeah, better. Yeah, okay, that's better. That's better. Yes, yes, that's better. You can come here. I will do it, don't worry. Okay, so let us first try to get a broad understanding of what is quantum computing, okay? And how is it different from classical computing? Let's first try to get like a broad understanding. So what is it? Okay, what is classical computing, right? So a model of classical computing that we often use is the circuit model, okay? I guess many of us are familiar with the circuit model. What is a circuit model? We have a classical circuit, right? It is composed of several and or not gates. Okay. What is an AND gate? AND gate has two inputs, one output. Okay. And please raise hands who are familiar with AND or not gates. Very good, very good, very good. So AND gate is, we have two inputs, one output. Okay. And the output is 1 if both the inputs are 1. That's why it's called AND. If any of the inputs is 0, it is 0. Similarly, you have OR gate. Two inputs, one output. The output is 0 if both the inputs are 0. That's why it's called OR gate. If any of the inputs is 1, the output is 1. That's why it's an OR gate. NOT gate is, it flips 0 to 1, 1 to 0. Now, these three gates together, AND or NOT gates together, form a universal set of gates. What does universal set of gate means? You can perform any computation using these gates. Any computation you want, you can perform using a circuit just composed of AND or NOT gates. Okay? This is okay. Now, what happens in a classical, in such a thing, you have an input, okay? You have an input. The bits, inputs are the bits, 0, 1. All these are input wires, okay? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, whatever it is coming out, the input. You do the computing, you get the output, right? Something will happen between the gates, something will happen, you will get the output. Correct? This is the model of classical computing. Now, let us go to the model of quantum computing. Any questions? Any question, please just raise your hand or ask, okay? Quantum computing. So the difference that happens is, now, the input there is bits, right? Now input here is qubits, quantum bits, qubits. And we are representing them as cat0, cat1 and all. We will see what these things mean. But the point is, in the classical case, if you want to do a computing, your input will come once, computing will happen, circuit will be computed, your output will come, correct? But one input will come and then output will come. In the quantum case, your input can be in superposition. Input can come in superposition, correct? So this concept of superposition is there in quantum physics, correct? Superposition principle it is called. Any system, if it has a certain number of allowed states of that system, then it can be also in superposition of those allowed states. Concept of superposition. So therefore, that we use that for quantum computing. Input comes in superposition, number one. And the number of gates that we are putting here, the class of gates also changes. Initially, classically, we had AND or NOT gates. Now we can have so-called unitary gates. Unitary gates, we will see what are unitary gates. So our class of gates is also increasing. Okay. Then the computation happens and we get the output. Output is also available in superposition. However, what we want to do oftentimes is we want to do a computation on a classical input and obtain a classical output, not in superposition. We do not want to put the input in superposition, right. Our actual input, for example, suppose we want to do factoring, okay. I want to factor the number 15. I want to find its factors 3 and 5, agreed. My input is classical 15, correct. I will have a binary encoding of that, let us say, of the number. I want to get the binary encoding of 3 as the output. So output is also classical. However, in the meanwhile, while we are doing quantum computing, we will do other things. We will have various different kinds of superpositions, etc., etc., and later on we will go ahead, have the computing, and then later on we will go ahead and do some measurements and then get classical output. So this is where the novelty in designing quantum algorithm comes. Your input is classical, you can do some things in superposition if you wish, you can do some unitary gates, then you can also get an output which you will measure to get your desired outcome. But you can see that quantum computing is certainly giving you an extra power over classical computing. Why? Because firstly, you have this flexibility of providing inputs in superposition, which you do not have classically. The gate set that you do are unitary gates which include the classical gates. So the operations that you can do are also a larger class of operations. Then output you get, you can measure. So anything you can do classically, you can also do quantumly. That is not a problem. Only thing is quantumly, potentially you can do more. But what you can do more is something that you will have to realize. That requires novelty. That requires an understanding of algorithms, quantum algorithms, operations, etc. And which will be oftentimes specific to the task at hand. Like if you want to design an algorithm for factoring, it will be a particular algorithm tailored for that. If you want to design an algorithm for search, say Grover's algorithm, it will be tailored for that, etc. Okay? All right. Any question? Yes. What is superposition? Exactly, we will see in a bit. Okay. Now, for people who have already have some understanding of quantum physics, for example, an example that is often given for superposition is like, you have your atom, right? You have an atom, right? And it has a nucleus of consisting of protons and neutrons, right? And then you have electrons orbiting around the nucleus in an atom, right? And then they are in different orbits, orbit 1, orbit 2, etc., etc., right? But when they say electrons are orbiting, the way it is modeled is not that the electron is in orbit 1 or orbit 2 or orbit 3. We say it is in a superposition of being in orbit 1, orbit 2, orbit 3. Okay? It is actually in superposition unless it is measured. If you measure it, then it will collapse to one of the orbits with a certain probability, maybe orbit 1, orbit 2, orbit 3. However, if you have not measured it, it is in superposition. Formally we will see how we model superposition as using vector spaces. Okay. But physically you can think of it like this. Yes, you want to ask a question? Yes. 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 Yes, certainly. Yeah. So, okay, one of the famous, those is Shor's algorithm that we are going to see, right? It is for the following task. Okay. Suppose I take two prime numbers, okay, 3 and 5. I multiply them, I get 15, correct? So multiplication is easy, right? We know, for example, even the algorithm that we know from high school. But suppose I give you two very large prime numbers, say 100-digit prime numbers, 200-digit prime numbers. I give you P and Q. I multiply them. Multiplication is easy, not difficult. But if I give you the product P times Q, and then I ask you to find P and Q, that will take you forever. Okay. So there are no known classical algorithms which can do this efficiently, and that is what is used in, for example, this RSA crypto system. RSA crypto system that we use, that is in practice often used. For example, you know, sometimes when you log into Linux or something, it says generating RSA key, right? So that is a widely used crypto system. It is based on hardness of factoring. Okay. As yet we do not know of any efficient algorithms using classical computers. Doesn't matter what computer you use. You can use supercomputer, you can use, you know, a cluster of supercomputers, whatever. Okay, the best possible computer you want to use, you can use. But even using them, if I give you this problem of factoring, you know, I give you a 500-digit number and I ask you to factor it, that will take you forever. Okay. So that is one problem which is hard for classical computers. However, Peter Shor has shown an efficient algorithm for factoring. Efficient algorithm that can be done fast. We will see what is the notion of efficiency, but it is an efficient algorithm which is going to work much, much faster than classical algorithms. Yes, yes, it is true. If quantum computers become a reality, scalable quantum computers, large scale quantum computers, if they become a reality, they can be used to run Shor's algorithm and they can be used to break RSA crypto system. That is the reason why quantum computing is being considered also of strategic importance, right? That is the reason why many countries are sort of you know, working towards development of quantum computing and quantum computers in their own countries, right, in-house development, because you know, if some other country is able to develop quantum computer first, maybe they can break crypto systems, right? So you also want to develop. So therefore, it is considered as a technology of strategic importance. Okay? That is, yes. Yes. No, true. So this is what is called as post-quantum crypto systems, right, which are considered hard even for quantum computers. Although again we don't have a proof, but they are considered hard. So there are many places where they are trying to transition into post-quantum crypto systems. That is happening. That is happening. Okay. So right, and okay. So anyways, so now this is, so another example is Grover search. Okay, Grover search is like searching. Suppose I give you a string in the database, okay, of, I don't know, let's say 1 million bits or something, okay, and it's a string of zeros and ones, and if I ask you to find the location of a 1, right, 1, where 1 appears. So as such, using classical algorithms, one can argue that you will need time which scales linearly in the length of the string. If the string has n bits, you will take like omega n time, some constant times n time. Whereas using quantum computers, you can do with square root n. Square root n. So that is another, that is what is called Grover's algorithm. So that is another advantage of quantum computers over classical. Now this is provable advantage. That is, classical you can show that you will need linear in n, linear in the input size. Whereas quantum, you can show that you can do with just quadratic in n. So this is another advantage. We will see even exponential advantages, okay, in these problems. Deutsch, Simons and all. But that will be for partial functions, okay. Partial, we'll see what partial functions mean. But this Shor and Grover is for total function advantage, okay. Yes. 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 So as I said, it can be used in any kind of a search question, anywhere. Anywhere, even Google search, that you can use it. Because any place, suppose there is a library, I want to find a book, okay. If I go, and it is unstructured, let us say it is not like, you know, ordered books according to subject or anything. Suppose it's just like there, the books are there, okay, in the library. It is unstructured, this is called as an unstructured database, where there is no ordering, anything like that, just it's there. Now how will you find your book? You have to go and look one by one into all the books, right? So you will take time, in the worst case, like the number of books. But in the quantum case, you can do square root n. So that is an advantage. You can use this advantage for any search problem. Yes. Okay. Any more questions? Yes, it can be. Yes, as long as it is, you can reduce it to some search problem, whatever your question is, you can always use Grover's algorithm to speed up. Okay, so this is broadly the thing about what is quantum computing and how it is different from classical computing, and broadly where the advantage of quantum computing comes from. Okay, it comes from one thing, principle of superposition. Second thing, unitary gates. Okay. Yes, we will see. Okay. Now let us look into this. All right, let us try to see, before we see what are quantum states, let us try to model even classical bits as classical states. Okay. Then we can sort of see them analogously. What is, okay, let us say you have a register X, a random variable, you can think a random variable X, any variable X, which takes value 0 with probability 1/4, value 1 with probability 3/4. Okay, think of it as a coin. I have a coin. I toss the coin, I put in my hand, I don't show you. Let us say it is a coin, it has heads with probability 1/4, it has tails with probability 3/4. Okay. Then how will model that coin? Random variable X, which has 0. Let us say head is 0 with probability 1/4, tail is 1 with probability 3/4. That is how we will model it. Fantastic. Now, I will therefore write that I will represent that coin 1/4, 3/4 as a vector 1/4, 3/4. Probability of 0 1/4, probability of 1 3/4. Agreed? Fantastic. Now I show you the coin. Earlier I am not showing you the coin. Now I show you the coin. When I have not shown you the coin, you are representing the coin as a vector 1/4, 3/4. But now when I show you the coin, you see heads. You change your state. You change the vector by which now you are representing that coin, because you have seen heads already. What do you say? You say, look, now I see it as, oh, let us say you see it as a tail. So, sorry, saw as 0. 0 means we are saying head, right? 0 is head. So head means now your probability of head becomes 1. Agreed? Because now it is head only. Probability of head becomes 1, probability of tail becomes 0. Similarly, if you saw it as tail, probability of head becomes 0, probability of tail becomes 1. So you transform. In your mind, you transform the vector that represents that coin from 3/4, 1/4 to either 0, 1 or 1, 0, depending on what you saw. Agreed? So this is what we will also do in the quantum case. We will represent a quantum state by vectors. And the process of seeing the system, seeing the coin, the process we will represent as a measurement. And measurement will transform the state. Agreed? Yes? Any question? Okay. Now, there is going to be a key difference in the classical and the quantum case. In the classical case, we will deal with what is called so-called L1 norm. In the quantum case, we will deal with so-called L2 norm for vectors. Okay, L1 norm versus L2 norm. So all these notes I am going to provide. We are going to provide all this. So you don't have to make notes if you want, but if you want also you can make, but anyway all this we will provide. So this vector we will write as a comma b in general, a comma b. L1 norm is 1. For us, you see, if anything is a probability, both these numbers have to be non-negative, agreed, and they have to add up to 1, agreed. Probability cannot be like, oh, probability adding up is adding up to 100, cannot. It has to add up to 1. Also probability is not going to be negative, it will be non-negative. So that is say L1 norm is 1. What is L1 norm? For a vector, L1 norm is, if its vector is AB, L1 norm is mod A plus mod B. What is mod A? For real numbers, mod A is just the, like if you say minus 5, the mod is 5. Minus 4.5, mod is 4.5. The number without the sign, that is the mod for real numbers. So mod, but in any case when we talk about probability vectors, they will be already, the entries will be non-negative. So we don't have to worry even about that, but they will be non-negative anyway, but they will add up to 1. This here. Okay. So that is how you will, okay. Now if you look at, yes, if you look at what operations we will do, by the way, people on the back, if you have any difficulty in seeing, I mean there are seats on the front which are empty, so if you want to shift yourself, I mean, okay. Especially all those, are you able to see? Oh, okay, okay. Otherwise you can shift here if you want. There are so many seats here. There also there are seats. Okay. So this NOT gate operations, right? Operations, what operations can we do once I have a certain system, okay, what operations I can do on that? One is NOT gate, okay. What are we doing? We are modeling our system by this vector a comma b. Then we suppose do NOT gate on that. What is NOT gate? NOT gate will correspond to multiplication by this matrix 0 1 1 0. Our vector operation is given by a matrix. We multiply the matrix by the vector. Agreed? What do we get? AB becomes BA. Okay. Why AB becomes BA? You see, observe. Matrix multiplication. Okay. Let us try to recall how we do matrix multiplication. 0 is multiplied to A. Okay. 1 is multiplied to B and they are added up. 0 times A is 0, 1 times B is B. Add up, you get B. So this first entry is B. Second entry, 1 is multiplied to A plus 0 is multiplied to B. What do we get? A. So you can see A comma B becomes B comma A. Flip. 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0. Agreed? So this is the NOT operation. NOT operation is represented by matrix multiplication by that matrix. Any question? For matrices, I think in our case we are usually just using round brackets. Okay. Maybe in Qiskit or something they use square bracket, I don't know. Okay. Then there is an operation called init 0, initialization to 0. What does that mean? It is 1 1 0 0 multiplied with a comma b. You take any a comma b, you multiply. Okay, what is this? 1 times a plus 1 times b. What is a times a? It is a plus b. What is a plus b? So it becomes 1, 0 0 0, everything is 0. So it is initialized to 1 0. 1 0 is the what we represent as such 0 as. 0 was our heads, remember, and it is represented by probability 1 0, probability 0 1. So 1 0 represents 0. The vector 1 0 represents our system being in the state 0. The vector 0 1 represents our system being in the state 1. So this is initialization. You take anything, it goes back to 0. That's why it's called initialization to 0. That is similarly initialization to 1. This matrix you multiply a by b, you get 0 1. Anything you start with, it goes to 1. Identity. Identity does nothing. 1 0 0 1 identity matrix, multiply with a comma b, it stays at a comma b. Doesn't do anything. So there are so many of these things are there. You can do these operations. Now the question is, what are all the operations we can do? These are some of the operations. What are all the operations we can do? So all the operations that we can do, okay. All the operations that we can do are represented by the so-called stochastic matrices. Stochastic matrices. Okay. By the way, what time it is now? 1:10. What time we are supposed to stop? 1 only we are supposed to stop, huh? Today stop at 1:15. No, we can stop at 1:15. Usually it is 11 to 1, right? But today is little bit because of the other things, it is little bit. But usually we are keeping 11 to 1, correct? Okay. So let us do this, just stochastic matrices, and then we will stop. Qubits we will start tomorrow. Okay. Oh, after 3 to 4 we have tutorial. So tutorial we will try to do, okay. Then we will just try to do it on the stuff we have covered today. Okay. So stochastic matrices, all entries are non-negative. Okay, remember we are trying to characterize all the operations we can do. So they will always be represented by this matrix, especially on a 1-bit system. So remember our X that we had was a 1-bit system. It was taking only 2 values, 0 and 1. When a system only takes 2 values, we call it 1-bit system. So for a 1-bit system, the operations we do, we are going to represent by matrix A, a 2 by 2 matrix. That matrix will be represented by these 4 elements: A00, A01, A10, A11. Agreed? It is a matrix with 4 entries: A00, A01, A10, A11. Agreed? This is the general matrix. What is the properties it will satisfy? All the entries will be non-negative. Aij's are non-negative. Both look at this column A00 plus A10, the column will add up to 1, this column will also add up to 1, A01 plus A11. Agreed? Columns will add up to 1, entries will be non-negative. These are stochastic matrices. They precisely capture all the operations that we can do on our system. You asked what are unitary matrices, right? So, in the classical case, stochastic matrices are the analog of unitary matrices. We will see when we go to the quantum case properties of unitary matrices, but here it is stochastic matrices. We have one bit, yes, one bit taking two values. One bit takes two values 0 and 1. That is why it is represented by a, the bit is represented by a 2 cross 1 vector. Operations are represented by 2 cross 2 matrices. Agreed? Okay. So, this matrix is L1 norm preserving. Stochastic matrix L1. What does it mean? If you have a vector u, you multiply by a and you get a vector v. Then the L1 norm of u is the same as L1 norm of v. What is the L1 norm? Here. This is the L1 norm. So, it is L1 norm preserving. Stochastic matrices do not change the L1 norm. Okay. That is, you can see this now. For example, you see, okay, note, remember what are the matrices we saw? Identity 1 0 0 1, you see it is a stochastic matrix. All the entries are non-negative, the column entries add up to 1. See 1 plus 0 1, 0 plus 1 1. Init 0, 0 plus 1 1, 0 plus 1 1. Similarly init 1, init 0, similarly not. All of them are stochastic matrices, they satisfy the properties, entries are non-negative, column entries add up to 1. Yes, 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 yes. Whatever we are going to do, classical operations will always be represented by stochastic matrices. Property will be non-negative entries, columns add up to 1. Square matrices. Square matrices. Okay, now you can see one thing. Why? You take u. Let us say u is b0, b1. We multiply with this matrix here, okay. So, we multiply A with u to get V. What do we get? Here is the operation, right? A00 B0 plus A01 B1, A10 B0 plus A11 B1, right? This is the matrix multiplication, correct? Please raise hands who are familiar with matrix multiplication. Ah, very good. So, is this correct matrix multiplication? Yes or no? So, this is the matrix multiplication. Now, what do we have? Let us add the entries, okay. Remember this, suppose, let us add the entries. What do we have? A00 B0 plus A10 B0, agreed? Plus A01 B1 plus A11 B1. This will be the addition of the entries, correct? What is this? Remember A00 plus A10 is? A01 plus A11 is? This becomes B0 plus B1. So, the L1 norm of V is the same as the L1 norm of U. You see? So, it is L1 norm preserving stochastic matrix. When we go to unitary matrices, they will be L2 norm preserving. You see, as I mentioned, one of the key differences between classical and quantum will be L1 norm versus L2 norm. A lot of power of quantum computing comes from that difference, L1 norm versus L2 norm, okay. So, this is all about our classical case. What is a bit, how we are representing it as vectors, what are the operations we are doing, how are we characterizing those operations using stochastic matrices, Why are the stochastic matrices L1 norm present? All good? Yes, question. No, yeah, remember A comma B, we said generally we are going to represent our vector as A comma B. A comma B could be, remember we started 1, 4, 3, oh, for the vector we started 1, 4, 3, 4, right? That is the fraction number only, agreed. Now for matrices also you can have, yes, any non-negative real numbers you can have. Only property is they should be non-negative and they should add up to 1. Columns, all columns should add up to 1. Okay. Yes, any questions? You think, you see, I have a system, okay? I start by representing the system as a probability vector, right? 1, 4, 3, 4. I toss the coin, I delay, right? Maybe it's something else, maybe 0.9, 0.1 or 0.6, 0.4, whatever. I have it like that. I do some operations on it. I start with a probability vector, I should end up with a probability vector, right? In my mind, I am always representing that system, that classical system as a probability vector. So, if I do some operations on it, it should remain a probability vector. So, it should have non-negative entries and it should add up to 1. Suddenly, I start with, let's say, 0.6, 0.4. I do some operation, I end up with 100, 200. Not good. Agree? No, A times U. But you said you want to preserve the operations, right? Like you want to preserve the thing like it should be a stochastic matrix. You started with a probability vector and you want to end with start. You want to, see, you start with your system in a certain state which you are representing as a probability vector, correct? You are doing some operations on it, okay? Like NOT operation, AND operation, initialization, identity, whatever. You are doing various operations. You end up with something else. But what you should end up with should remain a probability vector, right? If it is not a probability vector, you are ending up with something. That is strange, right? Then how do you even think that that is representing my system? So it should remain a probability vector. If it remains a probability vector means what? All the operations that you do should take probability vectors to probability vectors. Suddenly they should not introduce negative entries or entries more than 1, all that should not happen. Otherwise those are not going to be meaningful operations. Although yes, you can always take some matrices, multiply and create strange numbers, but those will not be meaningful operations. In order to capture meaningful operations, you want it to be a constrained system like that. Your operations must take probability vectors to probability vectors, and that is why we are only representing them using stochastic matrices, because stochastic matrices will take probability vectors to probability. And otherwise, after that we are not constraining in any manner. We are saying you can take any stochastic matrix and that will constitute a valid operation, because it will take my probability vector problem. So therefore, after that I am not constraining any manner. You see, you give me any stochastic matrix, I will take that as a valid operation. Correct? Does that answer a question? Good. Any more questions? Yes, superposition we will discuss next. Till now we have not dealt with the concept of superposition.
Told that the electrons will be superposed.
Yes.
But different orbits, different energy levels will be.
Yes.
So, but how they will superpose?
It's okay. They can do superposition over different NIT levels. That's the possibility.
Yes. Sir, is it related to the physics theory like quantum? We used to have different kinds of quantum theories we used to have, right?
Yeah, it is related to that.
So
related to quantum mechanics.
Quantum mechanics.
Concept of superposition is there in quantum mechanics.
So what are the prerequisites required for quantum computing?
Quantum computing prerequisite for our course. Okay. It is not a hard prerequisite. I think we have not imposed it as a hard prerequisite. However, it is good to have some knowledge of linear algebra, vector spaces, probability theory, algorithms, the asymptotic notation, the order notation, the omega notation, the theta notation. These things are helpful. However, as we go along, we will refresh all these things. We will try to keep our course as self-contained as possible. However, when you get time in between, like we have done with today, right? Between today and tomorrow, if you get time, what I can do is I can actually send you all the lecture notes. You can just share all of them with them. Okay? Then at the same time, if you want, you can have a look or whatever and refresh your knowledge of linear algebra, probability, algorithms and so on. In the meanwhile, you can try to read up on that. Okay? That is one possibility. Any more questions?
So if there are no more questions, then we have break now. Lunch break. Lunch is out at Kalam Hall, first floor.
No doubt, sir.
Again, 2:45, 2:50 we try to assemble. Okay. This session starts at 3. Next session starts.
So, yeah. So, yeah. So we saw what are what are classical systems, how we represent them as vectors, and how we represent the operations on them using stochastic matrices, right? So, okay. Now, what we're going to do is, in tutorials, we would just maybe do some example questions, okay, which help us get a better grasp on these concepts. So, if you have your laptops, of course, feel free to open whatever the lecture material. I don't know whether it's already shared or not. The Google Drive, not yet, but anyway, it'll be shared. So whenever we are doing any discussions, etc., you can always open up those lecture notes. And so, okay. So, who remembers what are stochastic matrices? Please raise hand. Remember? Good. Okay, fantastic. So, who would be happy to write an example of a stochastic matrice on the board? Just any stochastic matrix. Yes, please. There. If we can have more pen, maybe pen. Is there? Now let's switch on the light. Maybe here. I can switch on the light. Yes. Okay, very good, very good, fantastic. Maybe can you also write an example of a probability vector? Probability vector. Just write here, here, probability vector. Yes, just any probability vector you can write. Like the same, like you have written the matrix, right? Write a probability vector here. Ah, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Now, right here, here. Hmm. Okay, very good. Now, who can, now thank you very much, you just keep it there. Who can do what happens when, so this is an operation, right? He has written an operation, stochastic matrix. This is the initial vector. Who can write what is going to be the final vector? Yeah? Who can do that? Yes, please come. Yes. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so we can see that this was the initial probability vector, stochastic matrix. Final thing we got is also a probability vector, correct? Very good. Now, okay. Now, let us try to do concept of a proof. Proof. What we mean by a mathematical proof. Okay. Now, let me try to say that we have a matrix A, okay? We are representing it by Aij, okay? Aij, where I, so this is an n cross n matrix, okay? N cross n matrix. I varies from 1 to n, j also varies from 1 to n. Let us say we have a vector B, this is a matrix, this is a vector. B I. Let me call it BK maybe. You can stop the display. No, no, no need, no need, no need. Just stop the display. Okay, this is n cross 1 vector. N cross 1 means it's a column vector. If you have a row vector, it is 1 cross n. Column vector is n cross 1. Now, let me represent it by a B. Okay, doesn't matter. B. So, now can we argue in this notation, okay, that if this is a stochastic matrix, okay, so we want to prove the following. Claim if A is a stochastic matrix and B is a probability vector, then AB, sorry, let me call it B. Okay, AB is a probability vector. Okay, we want to do this proof more general, not by specific examples, but something more general. Like I have a matrix A, general matrix A, all its elements are represented by Aij, and it's a stochastic matrix, and B is a general vector. Then the resulting vector A times B, let's call it C, maybe C. Okay, maybe we can represent the vectors like this. Okay, also is a probability vector. How will you prove this? How will you prove this? Who would like to attempt a proof? Are there people from the math department? You are from math department, so you want to try? Okay. If you can get maybe more pen, more pen. Just please write little bigger. Yes, very good. So all the entries are non-negative, correct? Very good. Column sums are 1, yes. I think it's very not visible what you are writing. Maybe the pen is not good, is it? Huh? Pen is not good? Okay. Just 1 minute. Yes, very good. But maybe just wait, because others cannot see. You just have to wait little bit. They will get a new pen. Yeah, you can write for all j. You can write for all j. For all j. Yes, very correct. Yes. Maybe try this. Maybe this is better. You can try this. Huh? B we already wrote, right? Here, there's B. Yeah. B1, B2, B. It's a column vector, so it's just B1, B2, B3 up to Bn. No, it's not B equal to B1 plus B2. Okay, yeah, let's write the first entry of C, okay? First entry of C is C1. Let's write C1. No, so yeah, that is correct. Now what is going to be C1? Let's write C1. Huh? You can write that, no? You see, just write you how to do matrix multiplication. You know the entries of A, right? You know the entries of B. Can you write what is going to be C1? C1 should be the first row of A multiplied with B. Correct? First row of A. Yes. No, sorry, what are you doing? I don't understand. But then why are you multiplying A11 with C1? What is C1? You see, okay, look, you got it? Yeah. Yes, okay, very good. So now you want to show that this is now a probability vector. So you want to show that each entry is non-negative. So you have to argue that each entry is non-negative. How do you argue that? Yes. Yes, no, not positive but non-negative. Yes. Huh? Huh? No. First let us try to argue that all the entries of this matrix, what is this matrix? A times, what have you written here? Huh? A times B, correct? So this is the matrix, this is the vector C, right? Now what about the first entry of this vector? Is it non-negative? Huh? We have to prove, yes. The first entry is non-negative. How do you prove that the first entry is non-negative? Exactly. Can you just say it loud, more loud, so everybody can hear? correct. If all the Aij's are non-negative, the BK's are non-negative, so their products are non-negative, their sums are non-negative, correct. It will never be that you have non-negative numbers, you add them, it becomes negative number. You will never have that you have the non-negative numbers, you multiply becomes negative number, correct. It has to be all non-negative. So we see that all these entries are non-negative. Now you have to argue that if you sum all the entries, you get 1, correct. So let us sum all the entries. Maybe you can erase the left side, you just erase the left side here and sum all the entries. You can erase that also, okay. Then you just sum all the entries and see what is coming out. You can just write a little bigger, because the people here, I don't know whether they can see or not. Yes. Okay, can you just say a little bit more loudly, because I think what you are saying these people cannot hear. Maybe can we also give a mic to her? I think we have an additional mic, right? No, it will be good because if people come here, maybe if they have mic, it's better. Yeah, there is a mic here. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, so this is what we called as a proof, right? We are not doing specific examples, we are doing general. We are representing matrix A as Aij, general entries. We are representing vector B as BKs, general entry. We are using properties of the matrix A, properties of matrix B to argue properties of vector C. This is what we called as a proof. Okay? Agreed? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah? Now it's working. Okay. Oh, the button is there. Okay, okay. All right. But I think Mr. Subra, the pens are there. Okay, fantastic. No, this. Yes, yes. I can do that. Convert like that? Okay. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. I have this one. Yeah. Okay. Now, suppose we want to argue this. Okay. So, we are now trying to prove the converse. Okay. Converse. What does converse mean? That is, we first showed that if A is a stochastic matrix, then it takes a probability vector to a probability vector. Now let us try to show converse. If a matrix A takes every probability vector to a probability vector, then A is a stochastic matrix. You understand? We are now trying to show the converse. So, we are trying to show now if and only if, these are called as if and only if statements. A is a stochastic matrix if and only if it takes every probability vector to a probability vector. That is, if A is a stochastic, you know, in logic when we say A if and only if B, a statement A if and only if statement B, that means A implies B and B implies A, correct? If A then B, if B then A. So, we showed one direction. Now we are trying to show the other direction. By the way, before we proceed to all any questions you have from the morning? We can also discuss whatever questions you have, or in general also any questions. No questions. Okay. Now who will try to show this one? You understand what we are trying to show here? If A takes every probability vector, note this every probability vector B to a probability vector C, which is defined as A times B, show that A is a stochastic matrix. Okay. Who wants to try this? Are there other people from the CS department? Are there other people from the maths department? Anybody else from the maths department? Or MCA, mathematics and computing? Anybody? Okay, who are the other people from the CS department? Students. Students from the CS department. Raise hands, students of the CS department. Anybody wants to try that? Yes? You want to try? No? Okay, so how will you try to do that? You want to come try? Or? Yes? You want to try? Yes, please. Hmm. If you want to use the mic, here it is. You want to use the mic?
No, it will be difficult.
Difficult, huh? Anyway, I keep it here just in case you want to.
CAs we can represent as AFK. And it's given that B is also a probability vector, so we can write sigma k dk equal to 1. So that means that if you interchange the summation, this should be 1. So that we can go to this. If this is 1, then we get
whole column matrix.
basically so that is the way I will do it. I don't know.
No. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, can you just run the argument one more time? Can you just slowly run the argument?
So this is given, right? We are given that C's are a probability vector.
Yes.
So C, we can write it as AK into B of K.
Yes.
So we have a summation on over K.
Uh-huh.
And it's given also that B of K, summation of B of K is 1.
Yes.
So I interchange the summation.
Okay.
Which is allowed.
Yes.
And so finally, if you take a bracket, and this has to be 1 because it's given that bk is equal to 1.
Summation k bk is 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means that this, because this is variable a is only the ak is the only thing which depends on I.
Yeah.
So we can take it inside a bracket. It doesn't depend on b.
Yes. Okay.
So that means this term will be equal to 1.
No, why it will be equal to 1?
Okay. Anyway, see, for this to be true, right? B of k to be 1.
B of k is not 1. Summation k bk is 1.
Summation bk is 1.
Yes.
That is a given.
Yeah.
And so we have a summation bk, right? If you take this term, which depends just on I.
Yeah.
And aik is the only term which depends on I.
Yes.
And so this summation should be 1 so that we get back to that given state. bk equal to 1.
No. That is what is given to us.
Yeah.
So okay, what are the things that are given to us?
There are two statements.
Can you just write down the statement that are given to us?
So I'll write 1 and 2.
Yes. 1 and 2. These two statements are given to us. What we want to show?
What we want to show is that this is 1.
Yes. Okay, so how do we show that?
So that's what I am saying. That terms in bracket. That's what I wanted to say.
No, sorry. What?
Yeah, you are from mathematics. You can really help me. Just to prove that.
Equals to 1. It's in equation because we are using C construction.
This whole thing in the bracket will be equal to 1, right?
No. What she is saying is that the total summation equal to 1.
Yeah, that's what he started with, right? CA should be equal to 1.
What she is saying is you can write this.
Yes, sir.
The whole thing is equal to 1.
Yeah, that's what he started.
That's what he started. Then after this.
After this, see what I wanted to say is that here we have a summation of summation over I of A, K. So this summation we can take outside.
Right? Take outside meaning inside.
Yeah, inside, like inside a bracket for
yes,
example.
Yes.
And if we do this summation, and what we are left with is dk. Right? We can take this as a constant. This term.
Some number.
Some number.
Okay.
Say, I will say alpha.
Yeah.
Then you are left with alpha bk.
Alpha k, right? Alpha k.
No, it doesn't depend on alpha k.
It can depend on k, right?
Alpha k bk.
Why cannot depend on k?
Okay, alpha k bk. Then I just have to prove that alpha k is equal to 1, right? Yeah, alpha k is equal to 1. Because it is given, right? Sigma bk is equal to 1. Sigma bk is equal to 1, it's given. So alpha k is equal to 1.
Why is alpha k equal to 1?
Like it's given that sigma k bk equal to 1. And we are given sigma k equal to 1 to n. Alpha k bk is equal to 1.
Yes.
So since sigma bk equal to 1 is a given, then alpha k has to be 1.
No, it doesn't have to be.
How it can have?
Then we are supposed to justify aik equal to 1, summation of I equal to 1 to n, aik equal to 1, that we have to prove. How can we assume that as 1?
See, aik equal to 1, that's what I tried. He said it's dependent on k. Then I wrote it as alpha k and then proved that alpha k should be 1.
Sir, instead of keeping bracket to aik, if you keep bracket to bik, then that will be 1. As it is.
B doesn't have I, right? He is just a quantum.
No. Suppose I have b1 plus b2 equal to 1. Okay? It is still possible that maybe I have 2b1 plus half b2 equal to 1. Possible, right?
2b1?
Suppose I have b1 plus b2 equal to 1. Let us say half plus half equal to 1, right? But I can also have 2b1 plus something else b2 equal to 1 also I can have. So why I have to have that? If I have b1 plus b2 equal to 1, I have another statement alpha 1 b1 plus alpha 2 b2 equal to 1, then alpha 1 alpha 2 have to be equal to 1.
So that is what we have to prove, right? We have to prove that the columns add up to 1.
That's what I'm saying. So, but I'm just saying it doesn't follow automatically. If I have b1 plus b2 equal to 1, that is given to us. Let us say, just only I am taking example. Then you are getting, oh, I have this alpha case. That is alpha 1 b1 plus alpha 2 b2 equal to 1. From there you are concluding alpha 1 must be equal to 1, alpha 2 must be equal to 1. I am saying, how can we conclude that? You can have two different equations, right? You can have b1 plus b2 equal to 1. You can also have alpha 1 b1 plus alpha 2 b2 equal to 1. Where alpha 1 alpha 2 may not be equal to 1.
But we have to prove that alpha 1 plus alpha 2.
No, you have to prove alpha 1.
Alpha 1 plus alpha 2.
probability vectors, and C is also a probability vector, and then we do the expansion of Aij into B1 and all that, and just we apply these constraints that they are probability vectors. So we will come to the conclusion that Aij has to have the column sums as 1, and so we will.
Why?
Since
Look, as such, if we are not as such at this point, if I.
Sir, this ice we are doing, that is just addition of one particular column away, right?
Yes.
So that has to be 1, that is what we have to prove.
We have to prove.
So it's also given that B case, sum over k's of B case are 1. And that is the term which we are left with after doing the summation, right? Right? We agree with that?
Yeah.
So finally, like if you have to have dk coming in, this term in the bracket should be equal to 1.
Why should it be?
Like
Okay, let me give you an
example. That is
example.
the thing which we had proved.
No, that is what we have to prove. Doesn't mean that you can assume it is true. One you have to prove mean doesn't mean you can assume it is true.
Like otherwise, how will you prove this?
That is what you have to prove. You cannot start with the same.
Mathematician, trained mathematician, so.
L1 now.
No, it's okay, I understand that. But all I'm saying is, at this point, it does not seem to appear to be like a full proof. Okay? For example, let me give you an example. I give you B1 plus B2 equal to 1.
Okay, I will write whatever you are writing. Let's see whether we can.
No, let me first say it first.
Yeah.
Okay. I give you B1 plus B2 equal to 1. I also give you 2B1 plus 0B2 equal to 1. How? B1 is half, B2 is half. So B1 plus B2 is what? 1. What is 2B1? What is 0B2? So 2B1 plus 0B2 is also 1. So I have two different equations involving B1 and B2. Both are equal to 1. So can I say that, oh, if B1 plus B2 is 1, then for every alpha B1 plus alpha B2, alpha 1 must be 1, alpha 2 must be 1. I just gave an example of different alphas. Correct?
But alphas are not adding up to 1, right? In that case. Whatever alpha you give, 2 plus 0 won't be equal to 1.
Correct?
Yeah, so
but
for like that to be 1, you have to have the sum equal to 1.
What I
wanted to
no, why the alphas are adding up to 1? We are not saying the alphas have to add up to 1.
Alphas have to add up to 1, right? That polymetrics has to be 1 to have that stochastic matrix.
That is what we have to prove, sir. You are not see, the order of the logic has to be clear. You see?
Yeah, it's okay.
Correct.
Contradiction and prove that it is 1.
That's what I right.
Correct. You understand? We have to show that the alphas are 1. We cannot assume that the alphas are. To show that A is a stochastic matrix, we have to show the alphas that he has written, alpha k's, are 1. But we cannot say that, oh, because this equation summation k alpha k bk equal to 1 looks like this equation summation k bk equal to 1, and therefore all my alpha k's should be equal to 1. That is not a correct conclusion. Because I can definitely give you different alpha k's which also satisfy that equation. Huh? Just now I did. So you cannot just assume, oh, my equation, that equation looks like this equation, so therefore my alpha k should be equal to 1. That is not a correct conclusion. Agree? You have to show that alpha k's are 1. See, in mathematics it is important, this kind of argument. Understanding how the mathematical equations are implying each other, that logic has to be clear. So, How do you show that alpha k is the alpha? Huh? You understand, right? You understand the issue? Yeah. You must remember what is this statement saying. You have to try to use the fact. Let A, not let A takes, let A take. Let A take every is important. Try to use the fact every probability vector B to a probability vector C. You have to use that every. Can you try to use that? See, as such in claim 2, all we are saying is every probability vector is going to every probability. We are not even saying that all entries of A have to be non-negative. We are not even saying that initially. That is something you have to conclude from the fact that every probability vector is going to be every probability. As such, we are not giving that A's entries are non-negative. That was what we gave in the previous claim, not in this claim. This claim, the only thing that is given is every probability vector is going to every probability. We are not giving that, oh, all the entries are non-negative or column vectors are adding up to. We are not giving anything like that. That is what you have to conclude from what we have given. Agreed? So,
is it got to do with the fact that if every vector is going there, then inverse should exist?
Pardon me? Pardon me?
If A is
you want to come here?
No, I just wanted to ask if that can be used.
Pardon me?
Yeah, if
the inverse is multiplied on both sides.
I was pointing to the fact that A is taking every vector B to C, so none of them is becoming zero vector.
Not every vector, every probability.
So B inverse is multiplied on both sides.
B inverse. Remember, B is a column vector.
Linear combination is equal to 1 and the elements of A are non-negative.
Elements of A are non. Yes.
The linear combination with all the vectors must be equal.
So we have to show that all the columns, for every column of A, matrix A, the addition of the entries is 1. That is what we have to show.
Can you use direct proof method now? Direct proof. C equal to C1, C2, Cn, column matrix with n entries.
If you let us say A is a square matrix, we know that A is n by n matrix, A11, A12 and so on A1n. Similarly, A21, A22 and so on A2n. Last row AN1, AN2, AN3 and so on AN1. So B is a column matrix, B1, B2 and so on Bn. Now C1 equals to A11 into B1 plus A12 into B2 plus A13 into B3 and so on.
Yes.
That is Ci equals to Aik into Bk, like what is written.
Right.
Aik into Bk.
Summation K.
Now I will take summation of all C's, sigma.
That is what is written.
The summation of all C's, that will be now A11 B1 plus A21 B1 plus A31 B1 plus and so on AN1 B1.
Yes.
That is 1 plus again A12 B2
Yes.
A22 B2
Yes.
plus A32 B2
Yes.
like that. Then I will take B1 outside, B2 outside and so on Bn's outside.
Yes.
Remaining part will be A11 plus A21 plus AN1 B1. Similarly A12, A22, AN2, B2 and so on we get. We know that this entire summation is 1. Respect to C should be equal to, that summation should be 1.
Yes.
So that should be equal to that 1 means this A11 plus A21 plus AN1 must be 1. Then only this entire thing becomes 1 now. Why? Because B1 plus B2 plus and so on Bn is 1.
You want to maybe write to explain also there. Yeah. You can erase that one if you want. No, just yeah.
So now I just want to prove P plus Q. Okay. So for this I can use direct proof. What is direct proof is, I assume that P is true and I also show that Q is true. Then P plus Q is true. So now what is given is C equals to AB. C is a column matrix. Let us take it as C1, C2 and so on Cn. This is n by 1 matrix. A is a square matrix of order n by n. So let us take it as A11, A12 and so on A1n, A21, A22 and so on A2n, so on AN1, AN2 and so on ANN. Is that okay? So now again B is also column matrix, B1, B2 and so on.
Correct.
B.
Correct.
So now I can write only C1 I expand. C1 equals to this entry into this entry plus this entry into this entry, summation like this. So I can write C1 equals to A11 B1 plus A12 B2 plus A13 B3 plus and so on A1n Dn. Okay, now similarly we can do for C2, C3 and so on. Similarly C2 is this C2 is A21 B1 plus A22 B2 A23 B3 plus and so on A2n Bn and so on. Cn equals to AN1 B1 AN2 B2 AN3 B3 plus and so on ANN Bn.
Okay.
That's what
You can erase this one if you want. Yeah, no, below. Okay.
He has written concise form. I am elaborating. Okay, that's all. Okay. So now this one directly whatever he has, Ci can be written as simply sigma k equal to 1 to n aik bk. This is a short form of writing Ci. That's okay. The same thing directly whatever you have directly written, I have expanded and again put it in the same.
Okay.
Now I know that
this entire summation is 1 percent.
Yes, agreed, agreed.
I also know that this entire summation is 1 because
Yes,
it is given.
yes, agreed, agreed.
So now let us take C1 plus C2 plus and so on Cn. This entire thing can be written as, if we observe here, this entire thing I can take it one side, one.
Yes,
B1
yes,
is common.
yes, yes, yes.
Similarly, this
Yes,
one I
yes.
can take.
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
from that I will get B2. So
Okay.
now what I do is, now I am taking this that column.
Yes.
So there I will take B1 outside. A1
Yes.
1 plus, A2 1 plus, and this one, AN 1. This is for only, not matrix, this is only for understanding. So similarly, A1 2, A2 2, plus and this one, plus AN 2 B2. This is normal multiplication only. Plus and this one, last one, this I am writing now. A1n plus A2n plus and this one, ANN, BN research. This column, last column.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. I know what is given to me is sigma, this entire summation is 1. B1 plus B2 plus Bn is 1. This is given to me. Similarly, C1 plus C2 plus Cn is 1. These two things are given
Yes,
to me.
yes, yes, yes.
So now, this entire thing is 1 of them.
What is one? Ah, this one.
This entire thing is 1. Now, I know that these are non-negative.
Yes.
These are non-negative.
Yes.
And these are non-negative. And we also know that this is 1. So from this one, what is implied is this column value should be equal to 1.
Why? Correct. Huh? Okay. You want to say something? Ah, okay. One minute, Ash.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. You see the issue, right? Huh? Just because we don't, as such, a priori we don't know anything about the A's. So it is possible, like the same example, half plus half is 1 and 2 half plus 0 is also 1. So I can have that also here. Because as such I don't know anything a priori about the A's. So I don't have to, I mean it can be like this is 2 times B1 plus 0 times B2. Possibility, right? Possibility. As such I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
It's for every vector, right, sir? Every vector. So let's take one vector for T dot. Because it's every vector.
Okay. Now because you are writing, please write in a place where others can see and clear. So you want to erase something, you can erase also. Huh? You can erase, I think you can erase this one. Huh?
I'm not sure what is the correct number.
Okay. No, but you erase properly, yeah, because it will mix otherwise.
It's taking every vector. So let's take for T1. So let's denote this by functions. It's a 1. If I add it, it's a 1 equals to for P1 vector. Let's denote it by P1. This is as some
What is your P1?
She's saying there are two vectors.
With every
Instead
vector
of
for
B,
one vector.
she's assuming P1 and P2 two different vectors and then writing two equations.
Like two different vectors for B, you mean?
Yes.
Two different vectors for B.
For every vector for one vector, let's say P one vector is B1, B2, B. Similarly for let's say P1, P2 I'll get another vector.
Yes. But what is your P1 to Pn here?
Like P3 something. All probably vector let's say
B1 dash, B2 dash.
or B2 dash something like this.
No, that is right.
P1 is here.
What is your V1, V2, Vn?
Here with this summation I use like
Summation. The summation is what?
this whole summation, this whole summation, this is one. This is for one vector. This is for two. And this is for whole summation.
V1.
This is summation. And this is two.
Okay.
This is for one vector. For another P2 I'll get another equation. So for every vector let's for final. From there I can use a linear independence. Because if it is equals to 1, that means at least one vector should be not equals to V1. So when this is not
V1 is not a vector, huh? V1 is a scalar now. You are taking a summation. Right? It's a scalar now, it's not a vector. It's a number. Correct?
If this is scalar, so I'll get it now. I can do this.
Yes. You please erase, huh? Because it's getting mixed up. So please erase everything. Sorry, he wanted to, sorry, just 1 minute. Because he wanted to say one thing.
You told every vector, right? Can I take an origin as a vector, like 0, 0, and make an identity matrix transform to
0, 0? No. Every probability vector. It is written every probability vector. 0, 0 is not a probability vector. Correct? No, you please erase because it's getting mixed up.
Same thing is I'm using different.
Oh, you're same thing you're using. That's the same.
Again, write down simply as A11, A21, and A1. Then I write it down like this. 1, 2, and this is this term is plus
You put bracket,
So we have this formula, and these are representing these individual terms. So can we combine these things again in another summation? So can I write this thing like that?
Use the blue. No, use the blue.
Can we say that this thing is this thing is write this stuff.
Yes.
This is BI.
Yeah.
This is singleton. Okay. And this is AI1. So we can write that this BI. This is 5.
No,
no, you cannot write because it is individually multiplied.
No, he just did that. That's what. Yeah, it's similar to what we wrote.
B1 is AI. Can I write down this thing? And we know that this summation, and here this is what? Sigma of CI.
Yes.
I is equals to 1 to 10.
Yes.
I know this thing is 1.
Yes.
And I know this thing is 1. Because this is sigma of BI.
Sigma
BI. So,
why?
Because this thing is 1 multiplied by anything if I am getting a 1.
What is 1?
This thing, this sigma of BI is 1.
Sigma pi is 1, but you don't need a bracket. There is no bracket here. This is not a bracket. There is no bracket here. Here, individual BI is multiplied with this term. Call it alpha I. Correct? It is not a, there is no bracket here. It is like this. Summation I, BI, alpha I. It's not a bracket. Yeah?
Can't we use L1 now?
We don't know, right? We have to show that it is L1. I mean L1 now, yeah, I'm saying it is taking probability vector to probability vector. Pardon me? If A is stochastic, but we have to show that A is stochastic. We can't assume that A is stochastic. What? What contradiction?
Sir. Sir.
If C is
He is not.
So you want to write it?
She has answer. I think you can prove
A is fixed. Okay, so maybe we are running a bit on time. Okay, we have to finish by 4, right? As such. Okay. So I just need one volunteer student from say CS. Just one volunteer student. Please come. Anybody? We will solve it together. Come. Anybody? Huh? You come.
Okay, you use the blue pen. Okay, you erase everything. Oh, no, no. right? Okay, very good. Now, please make that line in between. Yes. Okay. Now, so that A is a stochastic variable. Okay, very good. Now proof. Proof, right? Okay, very good. Now, let us write A in that form, A11, all that you write. A11, A12 and all that you write. No, not the sum, just the matrix form. Yes, like that, or dot, yes, very good. Yes. Yes. Okay, very good. Good. Now, we are going to use the fact that it takes every probability vector, every probability. So now let us multiply A by a probability vector 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? What vector we are getting now? Let us write what we are getting. No. What we are getting? You just write what is the result product. Plus. You will get a column vector. N cross n times n cross 1 is n cross 1. Agreed? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Is this correct? Now, because 1, 0, 0, 0 is a probability vector, so therefore this resulting vector must also be a. What does it mean?
This is not a general one, right?
No, wait. So this is the first column of the matrix. This is the first column of the matrix.
You will take for everything 0, 1.
So first column of the matrix is adding up to 1. And it is a probability vector, that means what? Each entry is also non-negative. So first column already done. Then second column, what you will do?
0, 1, all zeros.
0, 1, all zeros. Third column?
0, 0, 1, all zeros.
No, but it's for that case.
Huh?
It's for that particular case.
Which particular case?
General case. You are not taking B to be general.
What particular case?
B is not a general.
B is what? B is not a unit matrix.
B is not a general.
No. B is not a matrix. B is a vector. B is a vector. B is not a matrix. We are just saying that we will choose appropriate B's because it is given to us that for every B A is a probability vector. So we are free to choose the B's that we want to choose. So we will choose the B that we want to choose. We are choosing these B's. And they tell us, okay, if I choose this B, the first column is a probability vector. If I choose the other B, the second column of A is the probability vector. If I choose some other B, I get the third column. That way I get all the columns of A are probability vectors. That's all. Agreed? This constitutes a proof. You think it constitutes a proof?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Huh? Yeah, so this was pardon me? Yeah, because in a proof, it is up to us to choose what parameter. Because what we are given is that for every B, the resulting vector A times B is the probability. So, in order to conclude what we want to conclude, we can choose the B that we want.
This is a trivial situation.
What do you mean?
So, like, obviously, this will be, like, for example, if I had to say AX plus BX equals
What do you want to conclude? I want to conclude that the first column of A adds up to 1 and its entries are non-negative. This is what I want to conclude, right? Now, how am I concluding? By just choosing B to be 1 and all zeros. That I can do, right? Because I am given that if I choose B to be 1 and all zeros, the resulting vector will be a probability vector. That is what I am given. Correct? So I just choose the appropriate. See, all this was an exercise in us to try to understand what are mathematical proofs. Just this is an exercise so that we understand what constitutes mathematical proofs. What is the correct right way of mathematical deduction? Like his proof became quite close to being a proof, but not quite. Correct? However, this would be called a proof. Because, but again, it is important because we may not be that familiar with mathematical proofs. That is why it is important that we understand what are the right deductions to make in a mathematical proof. You agree? That is what. Okay, please. Okay? Anybody has any questions? Yes.
Suppose if I take the vector, each element has 1 by n. All.
Yes.
Then it is a.
That is also probability vector. Agreed.
Probability vector. Then we can multiply and get. We need not change any kind b is
Yes, but what will you get?
I can take that similar way.
How?
If A is a stochastic.
How? See, note that in this proof, we are not working with only one vector. We are working with n different vectors. We are using that for all these n vectors, the resulting vector is a probability vector. At least n different vectors we are working with. If you work with just 1 over n, 1 over 1 over n, you will get something, but that is a probability vector. But from there, how will you conclude that the first column of A is a probability? See here what is happening, as you choose 1 and all zeros, you automatically get the first column, straight up. Nothing to do. So it's like, okay? Alright, so thank you very much. Yeah, we do.
How can we say the sum is equal to 1, sir? There A1 we got, okay, that matrix we got A1, 1, A2, 1. But the summation will be equal to 1.
Because it's a probability vector. What do we know? See, let A take every probability vector B to a probability vector C. This is a probability vector. We multiply. So, this is the resultant vector. This is also a probability vector that is given to us. Let A take every probability vector to probability vector. So, this is a probability vector. In a probability vector, the things sum up to 1. That is by definition of a probability. That is what you are asking, no?
Yeah. Huh? So here also when we are assuming that 1 all zeros, then 0 1 all zeros. So 1 we are taking just because of that it is a vector. It's a probability vector, that's why we are taking 1. Yes. Right, sir? You got my point? 1 all zeros.
Yeah.
Then for the next you told 0 1 double all zeros.
Yeah.
So can I take half like that one?
You can take, but what will you conclude from that? We are taking appropriate vectors so that we can conclude something.
Sir, it is kind of mathematical induction problem.
But one second, one by one. Yes.
It is kind of mathematical induction. If it is true for 1, if it is true for n, then it's also true for n plus 1.
Yeah, we can also prove by induction. But here we are not proving by induction. Here we are just like, just assuming an n and proving. We are not going from n to n plus 1. Yes. N cross 1 matrix is a vector. It's a column vector. N cross 1 matrix is a column vector. 1 cross n matrix is a row vector. A vector is also a matrix. Vector, column vector is a matrix, row vector is also a matrix. Anybody else? Questions? Okay, good. So thank you very much. We will resume tomorrow.
Please sign this. After this, if we sound outside.